benefit in the next couple weeks. He has been on our prayer chain for some time because of brain cancer, and so he has had a relapse, and so we continue to pray for him, but this is a more tangible way of how we might help him, and so please consider. They will take takeout for those of us who maybe aren't ready to eat in restaurant style. That is a possibility. This is for selfish reasons. If you know what a QR code is, you saw one in the bulletin. That's not something that we normally have. It is the little square thing in the back of the bulletin. If you don't know how to use it, I can show you, but you also receive the same link in email and in other forms. I am taking a class, and in order to complete the class, I need as many of you to fill out online as well as at home as well as here to fill out that survey. If you consider this part of your church family, church home, I need your input. So please fill that out so that I can work on that. Sit down. So, Lord, give me strength. Coming up the last Friday of November, we are going to be having holiday decorating. For those of you who are on live stream and can hear things but maybe can't see, that are my children that are causing a problem, we are having holiday decorating here Friday, technically Black Friday, so if you are not shopping and you would like to come and have some donuts and help decorate our sanctuary for our Christmas and Advent season, please consider coming. In the back, there are 2 sign-up sheets, actually 4, but one is for our Red Kettle campaign, where we are helping to staff one day of the Red Kettle, that all of the funds from Helping Hands, I believe 90% stay locally to the ministry and mission of Helping Hands, and so we are signing up in our shifts, and so if you are interested and able to do that, please sign up. Right under that, you will see Living Nativity sign-up sheets. We are blessed to be able to do our Living Nativity again. It is in a different form than we have done in the past. We have been invited to return to the fairgrounds for the tractor parade and be part of that presentation. And we've also invited several other churches to participate. And so there are some needs that are specific to our church. Other churches are doing some of the other roles, but we need shepherds and magi. We need people to be here to help transport camels and lights and other things like that and set up. And all of that information is on the back of, on those sign-up sheets. Things like we need about 15 straw bales for our presentation, and we're still struggling to find a donkey. So if you know of a donkey that you can present, am I still right? We're still struggling to find a donkey? Okay, so we're still struggling to find a donkey. We have some sheep, we have a cow and a calf, but we need a donkey. So there's a list of things that we need help with, as well as signing up and dressing up as a character. And this is a wonderful opportunity to make sure our community remembers the true history and the meaning of our Christmas celebration. So please consider signing up back there. Volunteers are always needed. I want to give a shout out to Aaron Dennis, who's in the back. He is running the screen because Barb and I can't be in 3 places at once, and so he has graciously agreed. Many thanks to Tom Freed and Bill Lindsay, who for years ran the sound booth for us and did the PowerPoint and put in many volunteer hours, and we're grateful for that service. They have decided to retire, which is permissible, but if you or someone you know might be able to do 1 week in the sound booth a month so that we can kind of fill in that gap, that would be greatly appreciated, and we're very thankful for Aaron. I also, speaking of the family, I want to thank Kristen. I've had concerns. Lynn is on vacation. Lynn is okay. Our illustrious organist has taken some of her time off that she rightly deserves, and Kristen has so beautifully and graciously filled in for us. But Lynn is okay. She's just taking some time off. And so I wanted to allay any fears that I'm hearing that she might be under the weather. I think it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. There are other things written. There are other half sheets of paper. I encourage you to look at those. And so now I'm going to introduce something new. I'm trying not to strangle myself. Our session has decided that one of the things that maybe we're not always the best at is communicating what's going on and what the session is doing. And so we've decided to try to increase that by having reports from session the week after our session meeting in church and then in the newsletter so that you are aware of what your session is working so faithfully on. The first thing is a reminder that there is a, next time you'll see an answer, but because we started this, I said that I would go first. First thing, a reminder that there will be a congregational meeting on December 5th to discuss the nominating report, the terms of call, and the budget for the following year. And so, please mark your calendars for that. Next, as I've already announced, we've been working and brainstorming how we might do the living nativity. And so that's something that we have been working on. David? Man. What did they put in their cereal? They were so much better last week. Our session is constantly working on updating our COVID policies and looking at science and what our best response is. And so they're continually every month praying and discerning what our next steps are, which is why we are back in the building, which is why we have returned to singing, why we have returned to standing. They have been so diligent these last 20 months trying to pray through how best to respond to COVID. And then the last thing that they've been working on that I'm going to invite some of you into, we are looking at a time of visioning. We are returning into the sanctuary. We're returning to some of our normal habits. And so we are going to be asking that we have to spend some time envisioning. What are we called to do and be coming up? And so we would like to free the session to do kind of the nuts and bolts of our